Hi, this is MaryEllen with Portraits of Me, and today I'm coming to you with my March TBR jar. So what I'm going to do today is pick two more books to read for the month of March. Last month I had picked two books, and the two books that I picked were Little Broken Things, and this one was from my jar where I was picking a book that I received in one of my book subscription boxes. So this was a book I received in one of those, and it was the Page Habit book. And the second one was this one right here. It's a book that I requested from my husband for Christmas or my birthday, and I got it as a gift, and so I wanted to read it to let him know that I really did want it and I was interested in reading it. So this one here is The Thunder of Giants. So before I pick out my books for March, I want to kind of go over these two books and let you know what I thought about them. The first one is this book right here called Little Broken Things by Nicole Bart. This one was a mystery-ish novel, and it followed the main character, who was Quinn. She has a sister whose name is Nora. And there's also a child involved, and the child is dropped off into Quinn's care by her sister with no explanation. So the mystery is, who is this child and what is going on that she got dropped off mysteriously in Quinn's lap for her to look after. So this is a good book. It was interesting. It wasn't my favorite. I gave it 3 stars because I guessed the story and the ending before I was even halfway through. So although it was okay story, I really don't want to say anything too negative. It was a good story. The characters were written well, and I liked the story, the overall arc of the story. I just was kind of disappointed because I already guessed from the clues given in the beginning of the story what was going to happen, and I was right. And so I gave it 3 stars, saying that it was okay because I had guessed the ending. So if you are a fan of mystery or you like to try to figure things out before the end, I would suggest this, unless you're really good at guessing the ending, because then you're going to guess it like I did. That's why, for one thing, I don't really like reading mysteries too much, because I always seem to guess it, and then it kind of takes away from the story. So that was this book. The next book I read was this one right here, The Thunder of Giants, and I absolutely loved the story in this book. Okay, so this book follows the main character, Andorra, and she is spotted by an agent who is looking to cast someone in the role of the Giant of Nova Scotia. So the giant that she's going to be portraying is called Anna Swan, and it's about her story. So when the agent saw Andorra, sorry, I keep forgetting the names for some reason. I'm not really good at names. So when the agent saw Andorra, he figured she would do a great portrayal of Anna Swan because she was tall as well. And so this goes through the story of both women. It kind of tells you a little bit about Anna Swan and her story, and then of course it tells about Andorra and her current situation and why she took this role, because she wanted to provide for her family. They're having a hard time financially, but it goes through both of these story arcs beautifully, and it intertwines both of the stories really, really well. There's also a mystery in the story, which I really, really liked. So you're trying to figure out the mystery as the story is unfolding about Anna Swan and about Andorra herself. You're trying to figure out how her husband died, because in the beginning of the story, she admits that she killed her husband, and so you're wondering what that means. And so that's like kind of a mystery of what she means by her killing her husband. And then you're trying to figure out Anna Swan's story as well. And this one kept me guessing throughout most of the book. So this is a really good story. If you're into historical fiction with a twist of mystery, you'll love this book. It's a really well-written book, and I do highly recommend this one. And on Goodreads, I gave this one 4 stars. So those are the 2 books I read in February that the TBR decided I read. And now we're going to decide what, or not decide, but now we're going to see what the jar picks for me in March. So let's get to it. This first jar here is going to pick a book that I received as a gift for Christmas or my birthday. So this is a book that I put on my wish list. So it's one that I'm pretty much interested in reading. So all these ones in here are pretty much books that I want to read. So let's see what I pick out of the jar. Okay, do it this way so you can see me, so you can see that I'm not cheating. Okay, so here's the paper I picked. Okay, so let's see what it says. Ooh, The Darkest Minds. Okay, this is going to be a fun book. I actually got this book at Barnes & Noble a few months back. So let me go get that for you. I'll be right back. Okay, so here it is. This is the book right here, The Darkest Minds. I got this on my virtual Barnes & Noble book haul, which I will link below. I went to Barnes & Noble one day and just found a lot of books that I wanted to eventually buy, but I couldn't afford at the time. However, I did find this book, and because it was an autographed copy, I decided to purchase this at that time. And so this is the book I'm going to be reading for the month of March. I'm really excited about that. Okay, so let's see what this book's about. When Rudy woke up on her 10th birthday, something about her had changed, something frightening enough to make her parents lock her in the garage and call the police. Something that got her sent to Thurmond, a brutal government rehabilitation camp. She might have survived the mysterious disease that had killed most of America's children, but she and the others have emerged with something far worse, frightening abilities they could not control. So this is going to be a really good story. I'm looking forward to it, and I'll let you know next month when I finish it and pull my books for April what I thought of this book. Okay, so let's pull the book from my subscription boxes that I got last year. So these ones are going to be kind of like a mix of books I really do want to read and a mix of books I'm not really too hyped up about. So we're going to see what I get this month for March. Oops, I just dropped my book, The Darkest Minds. Okay, so here we go. Okay. Okay, I got one. Yay! Let's see if it's a good one. So this one is Wild Beauty. Okay, so this is from an Owl Crate. I think it's the regular Owl Crate box that this book is from. Let me get that for you. Be right back. Okay, so this one is this one right here, Wild Beauty. When I got this one, this was my first Owl Crate book I got, and although I loved everything in that box that I got, I wasn't too wild about this book. It's a beautiful book. That cover is amazingly beautiful with all the colors and the flowers, but the story sounds okay. If I would have been in Barnes & Noble looking for a book to read and I came across this one and pulled it out of the shelf and read about the story, I probably would have put this one back on the shelf. But since it came in my Owl Crate, of course I had to keep it. So we'll see how the story is and see if it was worth that Owl Crate box or not. So let me go ahead and tell you what this book is about. In Wild Beauty, McLemore introduces a spellbinding setting and two characters drawn together by fate and pulled apart by truth. For nearly a century, this is the one with the hard words in it. These women have tended the gardens of La Pradera, the lush estate gardens that enchant guests from around the world. They're also hidden a tragic legacy. If they fall in love too deeply, their lovers vanish. But then, after generations of vanishings, a strange boy appears in the gardens. A boy neither Estrella or the girl who finds him nor her family know anything about. And I think the reason why I wasn't too keen on this book is because I'm not much for romances, and it sounds like because they love people and those people disappear, there might be some romance involved in this book, but we'll see. I'll give it a read in March and let you know in April what I think about this book. So make sure you stay tuned to my channel, and if you're not subscribed, please do so you can hear about my thoughts on these two books come April. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching this month's TBR pull out of my jars. And again, let me get the book that fell. Okay, I picked it up. So here's the two books that I got. Wild Beauty and The Darkest Minds. So I'm going to read these 2 books this month. Hopefully I enjoy them both and I can come back with nice positive reports about these 2 books. Again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a ton, and I will see you in my next video, which is going to be a book haul. Me and my husband went on a Valentine's date and I got some good books on that date, so stay tuned to that video. Again, thanks for watching this video. I will see you in my next one. Until then, may you have a great day and continue reading those wonderful books. I'll see you then. Bye.